Welcome back, everybody. And tonight, it is already 9 times that I'm doing this conversation with all my artist friend, and it's something that I really enjoyed, and it is so fun, and I have so good time talking with them, and all the time someone different, completely different, a different artist, a different background, a different stories are really very interesting to hear about what they have to say to us, all their and insight and tips, any kind of tips that they can give us. They are very interesting conversation tonight. Thank you. Hello, guys, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you, Geronimo. Hello, 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 Giuseppe. So soon we will have also some artists and we'll talk in Italian. So we'll do like a couple of entertainment ones in Italians and another one in Italian. Sorry, and the other one in English. So for the ones that are interested to talk and to have a conversation with me on my page, you are more than welcome to write me an email or to write a message, and I'll be happy to hear all your stories. So, but to go back tonight, there is someone very special. It is a very young artist, very talented, I must say. He's a brilliant guy. He has a very interesting mind, and he's always really fun to talk with him. And I'm very glad that he accepted my invitation, because I'm very curious to get to know more our friend Robby. We all love him so much because he looks like a very genuine guy and very sweet and profound. So, and you can see from his pieces of art that he has a lot of insight, he has a lot to say. But let's invite Robby to join the conversation. Robby, be ready. And guys, 1 second, because I'm a bit slow. I'll make it. Robby, are you with us? Say yes. Good evening. Hi, Robby.
Yes. Hi.
Hello.
Do you hear
Thank you.
me?
I can hear you. Guys,
Okay,
can you
great.
hear Robby? Say yes. I don't know. Give us a thumbs up or something. Say that you are here with us. Robby, good evening. How are
Good
you?
evening.
I
I'm
did
doing
a very
fine. And
small.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. I did a very small introduction about you, but it's the first time for me to talk directly with you and to get to know you face to face. It is something very. I was really looking forward to this kind of interview with you, with this interview with you. So
Yeah. Well, we only had a little chat on Instagram chat and sometimes on Facebook Messenger, so it's the real
yeah,
deal this time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mila, good evening. Theodore, hello, good evening. A lot of friends that are joining. So, Robby, I mean, I wrote to you like a couple of days ago or yesterday. I don't even remember, because I'm in a process of living and I'm mad in the middle of many things, and I don't.
Hmm.
Memory is a little bit very it's very bad. So
They
I
are
was
bad at the moment.
I'm bad. So I told you that I didn't want to write any kind of question to you, because a soul like you has to be freely to talk. I mean, I prefer that you feel free, and I think it is more genuine to talk with you in a very open way. And I'm very curious to know a little bit of you, about your story. How did you start as an artist? When did you approach maybe your first time? These kind of things. Say whatever.
That will those questions will be fine. I'm not so a close person, so you can ask me everything. Only if it's not about my family and stuff. That's the only things I don't talk about. I do have my privacy, but
I
with the
want.
most stuff, I'm always open. You can ask me everything.
Yeah, I'm curious to know. Of course, I saw many times, many times that you are living with a beautiful dog, a beautiful cat, and I saw that.
Yeah, I'm a very lonely 32-year-old with a cat and a dog. So yeah, yeah, I enjoy their company, and it's something also with art. I think every artist needs a cat or a dog or just an animal surrounding them, and especially with my cat, he's a very trained as a studio cat, so he knows what to do and what not. My dog, yeah, he has a tail, and dogs' tails always have their own life. So sometimes it goes near my artwork, and he trips something, and I get a little bit grumpy because I don't want that to happen in my studio, right? So yeah, but yeah, I really need them in my surroundings. If I don't have my dog and my cat here, then I'm a little bit yeah, lonely is a very big word, but I really need their company. Yeah.
Yeah, they are very beautiful company, and I believe that they feel art. I don't know why, but even when I have
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
just for a little while, because then I couldn't take care of her, and so now she's with another person because I'm leaving, as I said. I mean,
Mhm.
she was always very close to my easel, so I think they feel art. But
Well,
anyhow,
my cat, I've moved a lot of houses the last couple of years, and every house I went to, my cat always chooses the place where the easel stands. So I always have a little pillow or a blanket or something that's his, and I put it there, and he's always laying and sleeping there when I'm busy. And yeah, when he's hungry, he's come to me and he shows his little silly face that he wants some food. He wants his human as his slave, right? So yeah.
yeah, they're lovely. Then I saw that you moved and you were looking for, I mean, to be a little bit more stable, to be able to start to work more, focus on your pieces of art, and yours. Maybe you are developing something like a new style, a new way to work. Because I remember
Well,
you.
I started with doing art group. So before I was busy with making art, I was in mental health institutions and I had a lot of therapy. So within that dynamic, I never had a stable environment, no privacy, nothing. So I always needed to create a little space for myself, and now it's the first time I have something what you can call a home. So there's a little bit of stability in my life right now. But I notice on artistic terms, I really need to reshape everything. I need to debrand myself from how do I brand myself, how do I brand my art. Everything needs to become new in some way. At the same time, it can stay uh, as it is already. But I'm pretty sure that within the dynamics now with NFTs, everything is going on. How I present my art and myself, everything has to change. So and that starts with home. Everything starts at home. Yeah, and with it, within that, within those little steps, I hope to grow and find a new way to make art. I really want to go more hyper realistic, and for that, I really need to make some big life choices. Yeah, a lot of things need to be reshaped.
I saw that you already started something with new technique, or maybe because
Mhm.
since you get the Dream Fund, you've been able to buy new stuff, and thanks to the
Yeah,
Dream
since
Fund.
IBEX, everything kind of changed. Normally, I was always on myself. I didn't have somebody in my environment who can help me make art or help me with techniques or name it. And since then, since IBEX started the community online, um, I've met so many people who can learn me new stuff. Also, before IBEX, I was kind of aware that I was doing a lot of abstract, and I was in this outsider art community. And within that community, there wasn't really how do I say it right? There was sorry, I had a phone call. Very unprofessional.
No,
But
don't worry. It happened to
and
every.
I lost my sentence. Where was I? Can you help me with the last sentence I said because I lost my sentence.
You were saying that since then you had a bigger community, and then of course It shows
Yeah,
better.
yeah. Inside the outside art community, you don't really have the same people. Everybody is like their own, yeah, type of artist, and within hyperrealism, everybody is really focused on one style, and I needed that. It's my weakness. I'm not good at realism. I need to become better. So I thought if I surround myself with people who are good in my weakness, I'm better at it. And COVID came, and damn it,
Yeah,
COVID came,
yeah,
and um, yeah, there wasn't so much people around in my life, in real life, and on internet you got all these people doing art, making art, and making hyperrealism. So I had the chance to learn new techniques, and at that moment I kind of thrown away everything I was busy with. I couldn't find a real how do I say it,
so
right motivation to keep on doing that.
so you are
I didn't.
you are dedicating a lot of hours of your new work, or you're still busy doing other things, and then you have art beside for a little time of your day, or it is you are just focused on art at the moment?
It's all about studies, doing a lot of studies, becoming better. I do have some shows coming up, and those were well, those artworks were made in my art group era, and those art shows are also based on outsider art. So yeah, I can use them for that. And I have two, three other works that's still in the old style. They are coming, but I think after a year, it's all more. It's all going to hyperrealism or realism. I really want to go realistic. Hyperrealism is a very big goal. I don't know if I will ever reach it. I have PTSD, so making new memories for me is harder than for you guys. And with hyperrealism, realism, each detail is a memory, and I cannot, or in this moment, I'm still not good enough to make memories to put them those details into the work. I can't see them, so my body can put them
Yeah,
on the paper, and that's what I need to learn. And studies make me yeah, better in it. I memorize more, and I need to do like 3, 4 studies more compared to a person without PTSD. So I need a little bit more time.
yeah, you have all the time that you need. Don't worry, just take it step by step. You know, we have our time. Maybe you, because of these kind of problems, or well, however you want to call it. Me,
Well, I
for
do like
other
that this
reason.
problem,
You
to be
know,
honest.
yeah,
I like this memory problem I have because I do have one big superpower with it because in time I do have problems with making new memories so I can remember stuff, but I do am better in seeing micro expressions. So if people all the how your eyes are looking at me, the way you speak, everything, I read that. I can see it, I remember it instant. And
oh,
all
that's
other
great.
people, they don't even know how it works. It's like yeah, like 70% of body language for most people is denied. They don't see it. I have very big trouble with language because of dyslexia and stuff. And so I really need to focus on what are people doing with their body. I need to read that. And I also see that back in my portraits, even if the details are not high enough, the micro expressions are there, and they're sometimes even stronger than in a work with who has like 100% of full detail. So in time, I can become a very powerful artist if it is if it's about realism. I think, I hope. And yeah, micro expressions and memories, those two go hand in hand. And yeah, those two are my superpowers. I know a lot about it, about the brain. Um, so with that in the back of my mind, I think I can become a good artist in terms of doing realistic and combine it with a more symbolism like of art. So that's still, well, it looks realistic, but it's still in another dimension.
Which is amazing, because I believe that what you are saying now, that about this kind of, I mean, it's like you are in your world, you know. So it's like maybe using this kind of things to as a tips, maybe something like I don't know, maybe for someone has to follow like technique and be focused, and he wants to be focused on technique like everybody, but with your state of mind, maybe you can use it in your way to do it, to do maybe something like you did already, something completely amazing. Because I mean, the beautiful part of you, as I, it is just my thoughts as I saw it, they are very unique, and they are very unique. They're very there is a personality in your artworks. But you are working most of the time with graphite, or you also use oil or any medium?
Only charcoal and like the piano pencils.
Uh-huh.
Those are my favorites, and I'm started to using graphite and a little bit of carbon in it. That's I'm still experimenting with that, but yeah, for the majority, it's always charcoal and yeah, the piano pencils, chalk. I think it's kind of chalk. Yeah. And in time, I hope to start to go painting, to go oil paint.
Yeah,
That's
because
where I am now.
you did
But
one.
at the no, no, I still need to really start to go into the painting and stuff. I really want to close my last projects who are based on the outside art. And when that's done, I want to start going work on realistic works with oil paint. That's a bit what I have in my head. I still need to let go some, how do I say, self-taught things I've learned myself. I need to get rid of them in some way. Otherwise, they will keep interfering with what I want to do. Also, it's like 2 years that I know I'm dyslexic. So I'm learning to write again and speak full sentences, learn to speak with 7-11 words. So it will not become that messy. And art, for me in the beginning, um, it it was a kind of communication for me. I struggle really to form sentences, and grammar, it's hell for me. Um, but if I make a drawing and I speak to you and I have my drawing beside of me, then I don't have those problems anymore. Or even when I have those problems, people still understand me because they have the drawing beside me to see it as a reference where I'm talking about. And all this time, for me, it was about communication. When you go back in the past, humanity used symbols. We created statues. We never, for a long time, we did not use words. The majority of people couldn't read or write, so we always used images. And again, I'm dyslexic. Sentences are hell for me. So if I draw, that's my communication. I can tell things to you, how I feel, how what things I saw in my life. But at the same time, I can also explain scientific stuff. So where other people have this script they make for their school, I need to make a bunch of drawings, and that's my way to explain the things I know. And for that, I need yeah, I need to let go some self-taught things, because a lot of communication within my art is not seen, or people don't want to see it because the level of realism is not high enough. So for me, that's not looking at my art, but that is denying what I'm saying to you. You deny me communication, and I'm very aware that if I don't improve that part, my realism, people will never hear me or hear my voice. And I'm not the type that wants to see beauty in art. I don't like beauty in art at all. For me, it's all about don't deny evil, don't look away because we still live in a world where the people who are not missed, um, they are always victim of aggression, or victim to become raped, or name it. Predators are everywhere, and instead of showing and focusing on beauty, I want to people to focus on seeing people they will not normally see or they don't miss. I want people to look at that, and if my realism is not good enough, people don't look at that. They will deny it. They want to see beauty. So I have this constant battle of, is this beautiful enough so that my words will be heard, right? Or is it clean enough so people can understand what they see? Um, and that little struggle, I need to unlearn some very raw techniques in my hand. It needs to become more clean, I think, and
Mm.
that's just a matter of time, doing a lot of studies. But also, I don't want to lose that vibe I have. People see that as something that's my own, and I want to keep that. I don't want to throw that away. So yeah,
Yeah.
technique is important, but it's not all in that case. But it's a big artistic struggle last year to find and to keep what you already have. It's not about throwing everything away.
What you did describe already, it is a profile of an artist, actually. You know, I believe that this is an artist because when you have so many things to share with others, a lot of insight, and then it's only because you feel weak. Let's say weak, which is not the right word because you're not weak, but weak with the technique. Let's say maybe you believe that with technique, maybe the people they can suddenly have a look at your piece of art and say, "Wow." No, I believe that when someone communicates something and is a unique way, there is always someone that can recognize his beauty, even if
Yes,
it's not
that's
perfect.
true, but the majority of people, I do, you do, we all have brains, and brains work with in group and out group. And in group is you identify yourself with someone or the art, and the out group is like you don't identify yourself with it, or it's out of your experience. You don't have memories about it, so you can't have an experience about it. You don't know if you like it. You don't know if you don't like it, and the majority of people always choose to don't like it,
Mm.
and that's the whole problem. I always use art as survival. It wasn't something like I want to become an artist. I never had that intention or something like that, but I used it to convey important, if I think it's important, messages. And most stuff I was talking about the last 4 or 5 years, a couple of them are now scandals in my country because of what they do to other people. And yeah, that's so. I think I have something to tell and to say. And if people uh, deliberately deny it because their brains don't have a sufficient amount of diverse memories to know it, or to look beyond what they actually think they like, then there's a little problem.
Yeah.
Art taste is the same as an opinion. If you only have one opinion, you're kind of shallow. You don't want to learn new things. You don't want to see new people. Everything needs to go as it was. And especially in mental health, we didn't with each day, each week, each month, there is something popping up saying what we are doing now in mental health care is obsolete. It's actually doing more harm than it's doing any good. So, and again, if people deny that because they want to see a kind of stroke perfectly, then I will make that stroke perfectly. It's not about making money. It's not about seeing me. It's at all. I, I really think that if you have an important message, you also need to accept the fact that um, to reach people. People have brains, and you need to kind of be on the same level as their memory. So if you know how memories work, what kind of memories they have seen, you can work with that. I already proved that with my other art shows without not that high technical level. I still had enough memories in my artwork so people can still identify with it. And that's why I had this kind of interaction with the public. But if I want to go deeper in the art world, I need to be a better artist. Otherwise, nope, it will not happen. For people who are not into art, sure, they like it, but they will not give me a bigger place or a bigger audience or a bigger stage to show the message I want to that I want to show to the world. And again, sure, it's really great to just express yourself, but it needs to be good also. You just cannot be, you cannot only lean on, well, I'm an artist, it's my expression, and you need to accept that. No, if it's not good, it's not good. And if I look at some works of mine, they are not good enough. So then I need to improve. And with that mentality, I'm creating works. They are improving. They are getting better. I have my art shows. I have my customers. So I'm doing something good, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't have that. So, but I can do better, and I know that. I can feel it in my hands. I feel it in my body. I can do better, and I want to do better. I want to reach better, and yeah. Again, I don't think that's something you have to do because other people want to see it. But if you want to be heard, if you want to be seen, if you want people to hear your voice, your artistic voice, you also need to be good. And to be good, you need some technique. This, yeah.
So, did you give time to yourself to achieve this perfection? Like, I don't know, a
Uh,
year? Like, I don't know, a month?
well, I'm sure about because of PTSD, I still need to let go of some way of thinking because of the memory patterns I created in my mind. I have some behavior that makes it harder for me to focus on some part into art. I get very frustrated if I'm the line inworks, the block-ins is always great. But when I start doing the details of the skin, then my mind is just as dyslexic as if I want to write down a sentence. It's just go, and I need to how do I say it right? I gave myself some bad moves to fill the gaps in, and that keeps repeating because there's this little stress thing in my head. So when it's too stressful already for me, then I get the stress of stuff is not working that for me. So I need, I know for myself, I already need more time than I think I need. So I did kind of give myself, a date like within 7 years, then my brain will be changed enough to make new memories, and I've broke some patterns down. So maybe then I can actually start making it. But until then, it's like you have enough time to do it. I don't think I have to be one next year, in 10 years, whatever. But I do find the need to make sure that what I'm saying, the messages I want to express with my art,
Yeah.
that they must be heard right now for my feeling. So there's no time for that. But on the technical part, I have all the time of my life. I don't restrict myself from that. I love to study. I like to fill. I really love to fill many times. You learn a lot of that. So yeah, I want that time, and I'm young enough, so I don't need to be a big name or whatever in the art world. But again, in my own environment, with the stories I have to tell, yeah, I do need some kind of stage.
Of course.
And I have one, so I'm happy about that. It's not that I'm looking for a new one or a bigger one. But yeah,
In our in our
so
community, we have so many artists, graphite artists that are also our friends. I mean, we talk a lot together. We shared a lot of things. There is someone, I don't know if I may ask you, but I want to ask you this. There is someone that it is like your mentor, like someone that you would love to do like they do, like, I don't know, Christophe the singer, that it was the first one I had a conversation with. It takes a lot of time. He takes a step by step. He is a very keen into his work, and he loves to be precise. And of course, he has a
mm,
main job, which is not. But he
eh,
is one of those, or there are others that they gave you some inspiration, or.
oh, you have Christoph, you have Barry, Cindy, Theodore. I talk a lot with them, Carlos. I'm also with them in a little chat group, so we're always chatting about our art. But until now, within the IBEX insiders or art insiders, um, everybody has this little shard or spark for me, which I can use. Uh, the only big name I really look at is Aranzazu Martinez. I
Mm,
look, she's my big number one. I'm a fanboy. I'm always fanboying at our art. If I see that, I'm like blown away. Bam, she's my superhero. I really love Gabrielle Picard.
uh-huh.
And
Wow.
those two, I look a lot at those two. In the beginning, I was a big fanboy of Emmanuel, but um, for me to improve, I just like his art because of the art itself. It's not because I want to do that too. I also have the same with Aron Sasu and Gabriel. I don't want to become them, but the way how they do stuff, I really get. I'm really attracted to it. Those two people are my little holy figures in my life right now. They are my two little gods. And but within the insiders, really everybody, every day if I open my chat, there is a conversation going on about art or what are we going to do or what are you doing, what and so on. So and the most important thing is we all are open about our fails. So what went
Mm,
wrong when we did an experiment or it was a serious artwork. Because of that, we learn way more than only see the good stuff. And everybody fails, so it's not that there is one big fail or someone is the biggest fail in the group. So within then, yeah, I know everybody has that, and sure, some people don't. I don't have contact with
mm,
everybody, but most of them, yeah, they are a constant inspiration. But beside that, if you look at Christoph or Theodore, the things they do besides of their art really interest me, or we share the same interest, so we can always talk about multiple things around art. But just like Christoph uses the things he learned in his job to improve his art, I have the same with how I'm doing things, and there are not many people in my environment who do stuff like that. And he's also older than me, so he has more life experience, more professional. I'm very jumpy, so he's more calm and stable, and he loves to be jumpy with me as well. But most of the time, he got this kind of profession, and that's something I like to look up to. It's not about his feels. He surely is one of the guys where I don't look how he felt. It's more like how he did stuff, just like he did with his book. Look at his website. He's really resourceful man. He can do more than only good art, and that's
yeah,
something I really like in people if they
yeah,
are versatile in their creativity. So it's more than only making art. Uh, Other people I like who make art and stuff. They also are a little bit versatile. They do more than they are doing with only their paintings or drawings. Gabriel, same thing. Sure, he's painting, but before he starts the painting, he rendered stuff 3D, and so on. So there are so many more skills uh, active in the process of making one artwork. That's something that really intrigues me, and I think that's something I really need to master more. I go everywhere. I don't finish a lot of stuff. I just keep on making, making, and yeah. So that's a thing I need to control. But at the same time, I don't think I don't have to, because my inner Eugen always pops up, and he's always working, and he's more a personal influence for me than an artistic one. I always call him bro. He's like my big bro in art. I can yeah, I can say it in another way than that. Always an inspiration, but I don't want to be him. I don't want to become him or something like that. But
Yeah,
every
yeah,
time
yeah.
I see do his thing, that's something. Yeah, I want to do that too. I want to do my thing. I want to
The
improve. And
inspiration.
yeah, and but also when he was talking about his family, that he's doing things together with his son, with his daughter, that dynamic is something. Yeah, I want that too. When I'm old enough or mature enough to have my own family, I want to do that too.
We
Yeah?
kill
I
you
really
now.
like I like that. Those things you need to learn those things from other artists too. Also, it's not always about learning about how to uh, apply brushstroke or whatever. It's
Mm.
always it's also about life itself. Kasia talked about that in the beginning when the art inside was created. Um, that she chooses carefully the people where she's talking to, the thoughts, the artistic thoughts
Yeah,
with just name it, but all those things surrounding her art, she shares that only with a small mouth group of people. There are not so many people who know about it. And again, I'm in a group with Barry, Theodore, and Carlos, and Cindy, and Christoph. So that's my little safe place to just throw the artistic thoughts in there. I can spam David when I want. So, and he's always really
yeah. That's
gentle.
the.
We're taking time for you. It's not he's always reacting immediately, but in time he always reacts. He always have that piece of advice. So I have enough safety around me to convey my artistic emotions, the feelings, name it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
This is
That's just like the beginning of our conversation. I need to create a home, that basis, that stability, and to talk with artists in that way, that's like a second home. So the
yeah,
basis of a home, I can find that also in them, and that's the biggest inspiration. If we talk about Eugene, if you talk about Christoph, they all have that kind of little spark in it. Again, just like with the technique, it also in my personal choices. So the person who I am is also the artist who I am. They are the
yeah,
same, and the artistic choices also need very good personal choices. And I come from a situation I always need to survive stuff like that. So it's not that I always had a focus on that. I really sometimes I don't know how to put that together, or so I need other people for that. So and again, art and personal life are close together. So yeah, I'm happy to see that also, that it's more than only look at me having an art show, look at me doing this, look at me with all the good stuff. It's also about how do I shape my life. How I noticed that since I'm busy with that. Normally, I don't like to talk about my family, but just one little shot of information. Normally, I have problems with them now. I hardly or don't, simply because the art choices, by how do I use my thoughts and all that stuff. Socially, I'm becoming a better person instead of a sociopath or something
come
like
on, you
that.
already. Come on, come on. But,
So
so Robby, the 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 one that you would like to, I mean, a painting that you would like to show to us, like in the next one. It takes 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, I don't know. But the first one that we will see from you, what would you like to communicate to us? Do you want to talk about your story? Do you want to communicate something related to about you, as you said
I
before?
don't know any subject right now, but I do hope it's way beyond myself. So normally most works I made, it's not about me, but it could be centered about me. and I just want to be that guy that's in the distance seeing life happening. I want to see life. I just want. I don't want. I really just want to walk somewhere and it just hits me. I never saw it. I just want that moment, and I want to convey that. I want to show people that. But until then, I don't know what that will be. But I do. I really hope that's not about me. It's the only thing that's about me is my eyes seeing it, and that's all. I don't want to be. No, I don't want to think about that. I want to live. I know, like it's a bird flying. I just want to see the wings underneath it and see where it goes. I don't want to control the bird. I don't want to say you go there or whatever. I know
Yeah.
that's the level I want to go to.
No
But until now,
constriction. No.
uh,
Let's say
and
we are
and I
able.
hope in some way I have the balance between beauty and reality, so
Mm,
that people still look at it and see the beauty in it because it's the skill, the technique is beautiful, but life itself, it's not always beauty. But we need to be remembered of something we don't want to see or never have, we never have seen it. So I hope to be the person that can do that or show
yeah.
you that people that. But until then, now since 2015, I already thought out what I want to make. So the current art projects or last two I finished, and what I'm working on now, I already thought them out in 2015. So it's 6, 7 years of keeping the same memories and don't make new artworks, whatever. So I will not lose the memories who are the core of shaping the series. So I really want to. I don't want to plan uh, that ahead anymore. I just want to see, make it, and I'm surely sure that I will make art projects who are based on a lot of journaling, a lot
Mm,
of
mm,
research. Because I journal a lot
mm.
every day. I start journaling. It's like 1 hour to 2 hours journaling before I start doing whatever. So
Great.
yeah, but just for one moment, I really want to be just like when I'm doing abstracts. It's no thinking. It's there. Uh, I want to do that with realism also. No, I see something that's the only thing. Maybe I need to make a photo of it so I
Yeah.
have a reference, but that's the only
Mm,
thing, only research that there will be. No journaling about it. I just want me to be in um, the moment is a very big word. I don't like to talk about that. It's too Buddhistic for me. But yeah, I do want to get near that situation that I can show people this is life as it is now in this moment. Because in the end of the day, you've got two types of people, temporary kinds of people, and the first group is a group that says there's something in life that has more value than life, and the other group is there's nothing in life that has more value than life. So
oh,
if you choose about there are one person says there's nothing that has more value about life, and the other thinks there is something in life that's more important than life itself, and that's always beauty or love or positivity, name it. And no, no terms. I want it all stripped away from that moment. I just want to make people see life as how it is, and so people
mm-hmm.
can value life as it is, not as how they want to value life. That's the only thing I want to
Yeah.
show them. And every time if I think about stuff, I already am programming it as how I see it. And I just want to be the camera for once. Then, click,
Yeah.
boom, and
Art, for sure, it is something that helps a lot to overcome some kind of moment in life or kind of situation or whatever. It's something very healing. It's a huge healing, you know. It's an healing process
very
that
powerful.
very powerful, very powerful. With just a pencil or with just a little bit of color, we can do something that give us, at least not to others, but give us a feeling of releasing. You know, that you feel better in a second.
Yeah,
So
that's why I always like to make jokes a lot. I didn't make much this time, but normally it's always kind of big
gangs.
laugh, or I like to make jokes. Yeah, yeah, I'm going on the gang all the time. But but I do. I'm aware that jokes have a superpower. They people do have a moment that they will forget their own problems when they laugh, right? And also when you want to learn something, if there's a little happy moment or there was a big laugh, you tend to remember better what you have learned in that moment. So for myself, if I'm in a class or if we had a workshop, and like David said, something very important, I just crack a joke to make sure for myself I will remember it, right? But at the same time, it also works for other people. But in the end of the day, the world is not that great all of the time. So most people need a laugh to forget something. And I'm aware that I'm not a comedian, but I do know how to crack some laughs, and I really can help
Yeah, you
people
do. Yeah.
forget their problems by laughing really
Yeah.
hard. And
Yeah, we know you.
I like that. I love it when people laugh and they forget their problems. I
Yeah,
like that.
it's another healing. It's laughing. It's just really very. It's huge healing because it gives
Yeah,
you just give you already like your vibration. They get higher in a second. Or your how you call it like your frequency. They just raise like slowly, slowly in a second with music, with laugh, with love, with art. Art for sure, because we love art, we're
yeah,
passionate about it, and it's good that it is something that you discovered in your life because it was probably something that you were keen in. How did you start? When it was the first time that you start to draw, to do something a long time ago? When did it happen?
mm, as a child, I love to draw, but it was just before when I went into detox.
I Mandy.
Most of the therapies weren't working that well, and then there was this therapy thing with art, and I just said, well, maybe I can try that. And well, I had some therapy with art, and so I started drawing. And well, again, I noticed that when I drew something, and people saw it, and I could explain myself, and then they understand me. If I didn't have a drawing, they did not understand me. So I noticed that within art therapy, I kind of needed to communicate with people, and at the same time, I really felt uh, empty in my head, not so busy anymore, and not a heavy heart every
Yeah.
time I made a drawing. So beside of the communication, for me, it was therapy, just therapy all the time. As a child, I wanted to be just like Indiana Jones, but apparently mummies don't come back alive, and all the Victorians ate them, so they're not so much anymore. I come from a Navy family, so I always wanted to be a Marine, and my parents didn't like that. So for a long time, I
Mm.
always did judo, and I was always focused on training, on doing judo, and no artistic thoughts at all. So and when I had a little problem with judo, that I was disqualified a couple of times in a tournament, and afterwards there was a little case against it, and there was proof that it was not right to disqualify me. So for 3 years I trained for like nothing, and back then I wasn't so strong as I am now. So instead of just continue judo, I stopped. Went on street, did some stupid stuff, street fighting, criminal stuff. Uh, yeah, I turned into criminal. So that's why the gangster jokes are always. I really it's a little bit of sarcasm to my past, and yeah, well, I like to belittle my past sometimes by using the
Yeah.
word gangster at the same time. It's also
Yes,
funny to use
you
it,
are
but
gangster.
yeah, it's a way
A
for me to cope
gangster.
with life.
A
So
gangster conversation today we had.
yes,
What about
but
the
that's
technology?
how art started by
Yeah.
yeah, me healing from the stupid stuff, and before that it was always being a marine or doing judo. Uh, I
Very,
never had the intention to be an artist at that point. So
incredible. You see?
and uh, and when I
Okay.
was just at the end of the therapy, that's the only thing I really need to say is there was a woman, Elvira van El. She is an art historian, and she was busy with setting up Art Brut Binale. That was
Uh-huh.
like 7, 8 years ago, and then she was looking in mental health institutions and stuff of places where people don't have a free link to the art world or whatever, but do make art. And so she asked the institution where I was if there was somebody who made art, and well, they showed some photos of what I did, and then I had my first art show, and that was in 2015, and that was the first time I was like, maybe I should do this as a job. It kind of works. I'm really good at it. And until now, it's yeah, I'm still busy with it, but it's the first year that I'm not making art based on therapy, based on me feeling sad or lonely or whatever, or PTSD. I sure am talking a lot about mental health because I think it's still a taboo and people need to look at it and
Absolutely.
need to learn about it. But at the same time, how do I say it? It's the first time I'm making art based on me living a life, not to survive.
That's
So
amazing.
that's the new
Beautiful.
story,
What you
a
said
new
is
new art
beautiful.
journey. So
I love you.
I do see myself pro right now and semi-pro before that. I did said before to people I was already pro back then, but from 2001 was the first year I actually started acting like kind of a real artist instead of showing to the world I'm one, please take me serious, look at what I'm doing. Now it's I don't care about that, I don't care about the fame, anything. I just want to make art and make good artistic choices, all that stuff, and not based on well, I don't have any money, I need to have I need to eat, there's nothing in the fridge, so I need to sell something. uh, because in that time I also had enough artworks that were like, you know, I could easily ask over the €1,000, but people give me only €50 because they know he's hungry, he needs food. And and back then I had a lot of addiction, so every kind of money I could get, but when what was out of that position, I kind of lost the scoring feeling.
Mhm.
So within art, it yeah, if I could get the money after two times of me selling art that way, I kind of felt so bad that I stopped doing that. And it's the same in this position. If I want to sell art, I want the full price, right? And
Mhm.
how do I explain it well? It's something people. I needed to be a little bit absent from the art market, so people couldn't see
Mm.
the price list anymore, and now
Mm.
that's faded away, and now they see me do stuff where they are ready to pay the money for. So that,
Which is
yeah,
good.
you need to. There was a yes, yeah, that's surely
Which
good.
is really good.
but
Yeah.
it's a thing you need to uh, play with everything, how people see you, how they treat you, because
Mm.
if they see that you don't have enough money or something like that, then and collected to whatever, they will try to give you less money or well, you need money, so here it is, right?
Yeah.
Those thoughts are all in my head. You need to be professional about that. Same with going into galleries. What kind of people are there besides artists? I'm an profiler and an analyst,
Mm.
so I can smell predators very fast in that
Yeah, you're
sense.
very
So
intuitive.
yeah, my talking is maybe a little messy and that stuff, but I'm not dumb, so I can read very fast, and within that dynamic, you really see that besides if your art fits in the gallery, it's also a world where um, you can be people can make very good use of artists. So if you don't are aware of that they are stealing a little bit of money of you away.
Mm.
Yeah, you need to understand it because sure the NFT game is coming. I can
Mm.
say, well, when I sell my NFT, there's
Mm.
like 10% of money I will get back with each sale you make. But in the real life, it doesn't work that way. They are really keen to earlier to make sure that they make more money from you than you make money of yourself, right? So
Mm,
that, that's
not all the galleries are.
no, but a lot, a lot, a lot. I swear a lot. I've been in a lot position, not only with myself, that money
Sorry.
is money, and money is a hard world. When it's about money, it's a hard world. So, and you need to protect yourself for that because in the beginning, you need to grow fast. So you need a lot of investment time also towards yourself. So if you give yourself away to a gallery who's not that into you, but does want your money to promote you, yeah, then you're not improving at all. Then you're not growing at all. So you will never be somewhere because you're just leaning on somebody else to bring you there, and that's a little that's also kind of predator thing. People are
The
really
beauty of life.
underestimate. Yeah. A beautiful lie. Everybody got beautiful lies, and I don't like lies. I really hate liars, but I don't like that.
Sorry, but
Yeah, I think sometimes.
no, I was saying something to you and then something went in the wrong place. So really, I was struggling
Yeah.
a little bit. Sorry, guys, but that's live. So that's why before I was asking you how about the technology, because I mean, as a new talented artist, because you have a huge talent that I'm sure we're gonna discover soon something, because I'm sure something is boiling over there, and you will be showing something. You already showed a lot, but you are using a social media a lot to improve your status, a lot to improve your person as an artist, a lot to studying, to journaling, but I didn't see you using a lot, for example, I don't know, Instagram, doing a lot of
No,
some.
I'm a little bit. I'm really. I suck at social media. That's one. At the
Yeah.
same time, I hate branding and I hate stigma. Stigma and branding are the same. Branding is how do you brand yourself to get better chances in life. You stigma other person, which is also branding, to make sure they get less chances. And we're going into a cancel culture. So within now and 7 years, I can assure everybody who is into branding, it's obsolete. You can't
Yeah.
use it anymore. Sure, you can brand yourself really good, but we live in a generation people overshare a lot of information, so there's a lot in the air. Um, and because of that, when you're 10 years later, people start to pick out what you said then. So if you can promote yourself as good as you want, but if you made a mistake like 10 years ago, all the branding is for nothing.
um
And the dynamic of Instagram with the censorship going on, you can't even show a little titty, and there's a problem. And
yeah,
with each day, it's harder for me to identify myself with
into it.
this platform at all.
Mm.
And at the same time, when I have an art show, people sure follow me, but the most people who like my art don't even have Instagram. They don't have Facebook. People who buy my art hardly are into the social media thing. They most of them do see that because they have grandchildren or whatever on it, but nope, they're not busy with it. Also, the interaction of social media, I really don't like it. I'm already social awkward, so already struggle in real life. So
It's, yeah.
the dynamic of no, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I need space to talk. I need space to be. Uh, People who know me from social media, most of the times they think, oh, he's ranting or he has a big mouth, or when it comes to Instagram, maybe it's a little bit amateurish. But yeah, I don't care. Also, I have this curse for like 7 to 8 years uh, because in my country we've got a scandal. It's called the kindertoeslagenaffaire, and there are a lot of other similar stuff. But where it's about, it's a government used ethnic profiling. So it's not only when you were a foreign person or you're not because your name sounds too Muslim, but if you like lived in a homeless shelter or when you paid a month too late your school money back or stuff like that, the computer will say you are a fraud, and so they could treat you like that. And for 8 years long, they robbed all my money. And so if you put something on internet like I sold an artwork, then I got the social research, what's the investigators, like the police for a ministry, they come from your home and they will say, oh, you made money, you grab everything, but
Yeah.
never make. Maybe I just made a drawing for you because I like you, but they will say, no, 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 you made money, so we can take everything again from you because you're
Wow, it's a
well.
big
And
story. So, but
so
maybe let's say,
for years and years, I was not allowed to actually show myself on social media because
yeah, mm,
they will
yeah, you
literally
don't
fuck
like
me
it.
up.
Okay.
And so again, with me not liking it and me not knowing how to do it, and it's a fact that within a couple of years, most
Mm,
social media stuff is obsolete. Yeah, I'm just looking at finding
yeah,
my way how to do it. I'm
welcome to
really
the
curious
Netherlands.
about the NFT game, and when the
Mm,
NFT game is pushing up, I'm pretty sure the social media game that will be created out of that, that's the one I will jump on. Until then, I'm pretty sure Instagram is like dying a little bit off. It's very hard to get great following. If you looked uh, on your timeline, in my timeline, there were already like more than 30 people who were hacked on Instagram, and they all had the same thing. They got 10K followers. They
yeah,
never paid promotion or whatever to Instagram, and they all got hacked and are gone.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
If you can complain to Instagram what you want, they will not restore your account, just and so on. So it's not a safe environment for artists to actually be, yeah, to be, or it's hard to be a good artist. And even if you were a good one and you get hacked and you will lose all your followers and you think I will start a new profile, they don't get the same amount of followers back.
yeah, yeah.
So and most of them, like mine, my followers, most of them are based of real life. So I meet people in real life, then they follow me. It's not that because they follow me because of they saw a picture
Yeah.
of me on Instagram.
So, Robbie,
So
1 second.
yes,
Let's see. First, we have, of course, we say bye bye to Les that he was with us and he has to go. Then
yes,
Eugene is saying, come to Croatia, bro.
I surely will. I first
Mandy,
need to go to England, so maybe after that I will come to Croatia.
then, of course, we were, even Mandy, she was writing about you and she likes you a lot and she understands you very
I
well.
like Mandy too.
So we have some friends, but if there is anyone that wants to ask anything to, or not any, I always say anything, but actually it's not really anything. But if there is someone that wants to ask something particular to Robbie before I leave him to have his dinner, and also I go to have my dinner with my son, and
And
then
my dog
we
needs
have to
a
look
little
for
walk.
him. Let's say there is anyone that want to ask anything to something to Robbie, curiosity, because he shared with us a lot of his story, and I believe that it was magical to hear something so different. That's why I love to do this kind of conversation behind each artist at any level we are talking about it, from the highest professional and the high, from the talented one that is still studying. There are some very interesting and a lot of beautiful stories behind. So so Mandy, have you some days where you feel bad that you can't not draw?
Yeah, I have them, and I always make sure I won't draw because how do I say, the struggle of not drawing is not as long as if you keep fighting against it. So if you fight against that feeling, so if you tell to yourself I will draw, then you will just push away that feeling of actual enjoying drawing again. again. So it's always better to just no, I'm okay. I stop. I won't do it. Then it's maybe 3 days later. I pick up the pencil again. Otherwise, I have this inner battle for like 2 3 weeks, and I rather don't draw 3 days than I have this inner battle for weeks, right? So I think that's very important. Don't fight that feeling. Let it try to ease away. It's a
Then,
very important thing.
then
But if
also,
it comes to studying, always study, always
mm,
study. That's because that's another dynamic in our brain. Most people don't like to do their tasks and stuff like that. Uh, we need to do our little tasks. That's important. But if it's about an artwork, if you just want to express yourself, nobody can force themselves to just express. It's there or it's not there, and that's the important thing. I think if it's not there, don't force it to be there. You will never get it there. It will just eat you more.
yeah,
So
yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. And she's still asking, how did you pick up the positive drive? What do you do?
by not being positive, I think I'm the type of guy you're allowed to curse, to say fuck, whatever, but as long as you keep going on, that's it. If you fall, you stand up. If you don't like it and you want to be angry about it, be angry about it. But keep moving, keep walking. That's the positivity and negativity for me are kind of the same. But if you, but the real positive vibe, it always comes later. It always comes. I had it with my second art show. Months after that, then I got the first real jobs were coming. Not in the moment itself. It was not that I really enjoyed doing the art brut stuff, but in the end, I noticed the real joy. I really experienced that later. It was when I had other art shows. I noticed because I had art brut, I could do all the other art shows. If there was never no art brut, then I never could do this. So it's always later. You always receive the good feelings, the rewards later. So yeah, and our brains are lazy, so we really like to fool ourselves. So it's the first feeling in me is positive. I'm like, that's not true, buddy. No, no. If it's like negative, are you sure you're negative? I don't think so. So you need to be sure
Okay.
that that you're not fooling yourself, right? So
Yeah, Ali, true. Ali, she's saying, yes, Robbie, you keep us positive every time. That's a talent. She's right. Absolutely.
yeah, I suck all that negativity and be very lonely when I'm at home. But when I see you guys, I just throw all the
Yeah,
positive
but you know,
feelings outside.
I can feel it. I don't know. I'm sure also the others that they are joining, they can feel your vibes. We can feel it all the time. Also, even though when you
Yeah,
just
I'm a bouncy person.
so
and,
Robby,
it's something I really
tell me
like,
something.
love.
What do you
So
want to say to the others? What would you like to um, what? How do you want to leave them with? What do you want to say? Any dream that you would love to talk about? Maybe we can talk later again.
or we
Your
can
dream.
also talk later again. But I don't know. I don't have really big dreams. The only dream I have is like I want to have fat art money and become like a part-time artist and a part-time house dad. That's my then I'm done. That's enough for me.
It's
But
enough.
in terms of art, yeah, yeah. Also, I want to be a Homo universalis, just like Leonardo da Vinci. Uh,
Uh, mm,
Especially since I know of my dyslexia, and they did a IQ
yeah,
test, and apparently it's reasonable, high enough to do stuff he did. So that's what I want to do with art. And I always have one important thing I always want to fix, and that's about suicide. Uh, I, I had it with my own life that I tried to kill myself, and since then I always had that in the back of my mind. So I always hope if I could do a lot of science stuff with art, if I can find a solution or the information that I found or the data they could read back, if that could help solve the problem about suicide, that people stop killing themselves, then I'm very happy, because it's for a lot of people, they say it's about a choice, but it's not. It's something in
Yeah.
the brain, in the mind, we don't see as a illness, but it is. And just like we cure them with medicine or
Mm.
with just a lifestyle, because not everything can be healed with medicine or whatever. That's the same with mental health and also with suicide. So I really hope, if I could become one Homo universalis, that if I can master all the 7 social sciences, then maybe I can find a solution for that. And within the dynamic of making art and science, you can fix a lot of stuff. A good artist fix problems, creates communication, and with those 2 elements in the back of my mind, if you combine art with science, maybe I can find a cure, or maybe I have enough data, other people can find a cure for me. So that's my biggest art dream, that to find a cure for that by
Beautiful,
using art for that.
beautiful
That, that
words,
that's that,
really.
that's my big dream I want to share.
And this is it was the answer even for Ali. I got the goosebumps because really, what you said, it was very, very, very intense. And Robby, what else to say? I really wish you to reach the moment that you will feel so happy with your technique, and that you look at all your study and you said, done, I understood everything, I want to do this and that, and I can't wait to see your artwork. Really
Yeah,
looking
me too.
forward, really looking forward with your insight that you shared with us. It was just a pleasure to hear all your story, really. And thank you so much, guys. I think Robby needs a really thumbs up with the really to share with him our empathy, because he's a very awesome guy, really. So really looking
Thank you.
forward to talk with you again. I don't know, maybe later on, maybe when you're ready, you call me and say, Georgia, I want to show something, and let's talk.
Well, I have some art shows going on, so I can. Well, that's, I think in 3 4 months I'm done with all that. So maybe I can
Yeah.
share some
Yes, please.
how it went, and if people like that, so I can always do
Great.
that. And then you can always ask me if you want to chat with me. I'm still learning my English, so I'm really in the need
Me
of
too.
talking a lot of English. I really want to talk a lot, and Dutch or my own language. It's harder than English, and I noticed that I really are less frustrated because I speak and read
You
English now
you did you did
more than the Dutch.
you did really well. I'm doing this, that I'm Italian. Imagine this guy. I'm Italian. I'm trying to speak in English with all my mistakes, but we are artists. And actually, from my point of view, I'm expressing myself and you're expressing yourself. So the people
Mm,
like it, they can join. If they don't like it, it's okay. The word is keep going, like we are free. We are free. In this world of art,
mhm.
we are free to express ourselves. Robby, thank you so much.
No
Really.
problem.
I mean it, really. Thank you. And we keep in touch, right?
Yes, we do. We do.
Yeah, we'll
And
keep
we
in touch.
always chat, so yeah, that will be fine. So
Yes,
yeah.
please. Yes, please. Thank you, everybody. Eugene, Mandy,
Yes.
everybody.
Thank you for watching.
Everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you, guys. Have a nice Sunday. I'm gonna travel tomorrow.
Yeah. Have a great travel tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.